Voila. Voila. Yeah.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here, and so is the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Boston Celtics. Well, for Boston, they managed to take Game 1 of the season series against this team, looking to seal their series advantage with a win tonight. Tonight, two teams that have had great success, the kind of battle that could have future ramifications. Kenny, these teams may have to play each other again down the road in the playoffs. How can they set the tone here?
Oh, send a message. Even if you got to write it and give it to the ball boy to take down to the other bench, you send that message that we're here to play, and this is how it's going to be today, tomorrow, and in the future.
And as a player, you look forward to these matchups, Ernie, because as a team, you learn where you guys stand against the best.
And now let's send it down to Kevin Harlan as we approach tip-off.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Tell them sit down. Be humble. 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 Sit down.
Greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. With Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. And we have a surprise guest, folks. There he is, the four-time All-NBA first-teamer, MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, NBA champion, which is probably most happy about, most proud of, Kevin Garnett. Thanks so much for joining us for the game.
Man, thank you for having me, man. Shout out to 2K. You know what it is, 2K? Right. OBF all day, you know? Yeah.
You can't play 2K while we're doing 2K.
No, we can't. We can't play it right now, but I'm waiting. Shout to Shaq on this cover. Shout to my dog, Shaq. That's dope. That's what's up. Gas Shaq is on there. Right. Love that. That's what's up. These are deserving, man. That's what's up.
The last time these two teams met, it was the Cleveland Cavaliers picking up the loss in that outing against the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, their last outing was a rough one. Have to be careful of falling in love with that three.
Yeah, it looks good when it's going in, but they definitely force some. Overall, pretty inaccurate from out there.
And before the tip-off, let's send it over to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with Coach Tyronn Lue.
Well, guys, when I asked him what impressed him the most about today's opponent, he immediately referred to the explosiveness on their offense. He said they have so many different ways to hurt you that it's impossible to take away everything. It's just about damage control. He acknowledged they've got a big job to do defensively. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And Kevin, there was such a whirlwind around your trade to the Celtics from the Timberwolves. What were your thoughts and emotions at that time?
You know what? Being in Minnesota at that time, it was very difficult for me. I didn't necessarily want to leave. I had a goal to bring the city a championship, and I felt like I could do that. Nothing worse than when you have to deal with the reality of change. I'm not the one for change, even though I do know in order to process or progress better, you have to embrace some change. So with the help of my friends from Chauncey Billups, Tyronn Lue, I sat and I thought through it with those guys who have been through the trade process and talking to me, getting me to understand my options. And once I understood all my options, then I just, it was about what was best for me and my family.
Wow, yeah, there's a lot to consider. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So on the floor for Cleveland. Inside, we got the tenacious Love and Thompson. D-Wade out there with Isaiah Thomas, and it's LeBron in at the 3 spot. And so it's the Cavaliers getting on the board first. The shot's good from Irving. And Kev, you had a voice in where you'd go from Minnesota. How did all that play out?
I sat with my wife, and we all kind of went through it and thought Boston was the best situation. Paul and I had great bones and great history that I don't think the world really knew. We have been knowing each other since 14, 15. I played with each other younger, and I had a chance to play with Cole, but that really didn't go through. A lot of people don't know I had a chance to play with Steve Nash also, but I wanted to play with Stoudemire, and that wasn't the case. So I decided to go to Boston. Ray and I knew each other from South Carolina. And then, the Rondo piece was a huge piece for me. I had followed the youngster in his first year and just watched his growth a little bit, even though I was in the Western Conference. And then when I got to Boston, I knew they had good pieces like Kendrick Perkins and Tony Allen. I wasn't aware of the big baby piece yet. And then I wasn't sure on the Posey part. And then all of a sudden it started to come together, Eddie House, and then all of this. And
great names.
Great names. Just all alphas. All guys able to stand up and speak for themselves and be articulate and, all different facets and, very similar facets of who we are personality-wise. And a lot of people just don't know that team there, I don't think another coach could have coached that team other than Doc Rivers.
Now, here is Irving. Marcus Smart missing that last shot. And here comes Thomas leading the fast break. He's off on that one. Some solid defense there from Irving. The Celtics have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Kevin, coming out of high school, you were relatively mature for your age. You're 17, turning 18. But do you ever regret not trying college and just seeing what that experience would have been like? I mean, it's such a long time ago, but you've had some chance probably to get some perspective on both sides of that story.
You know what, Kev, I look at it like the unknown is the unknown. Obviously, I've had friends that went to college. Some of my best friends went to college. And I think I've kind of lived it through them a little bit. Listen, when you have responsibility early in life.
Which you did.
Which I did.
Yes.
And, so from a mature level, things that interest me are not that interesting as you get older, especially when you have to deal with a vigorous schedule of an NBA schedule. I wasn't able to, be the 17, 18-year-old to chill, have, lean on the parents a little bit, be able to be at home, coming home through the weekends. I had a real life that I was responsible for, and I was growing something. I was building something. I was trying to not just be a young player in our league, but a young businessman wanting to establish something for myself, my friends, my family. You can't do those things thinking like a normal 17, 18-year-old. You're taking pieces from grown men around you all the time. You're around people who need something all the time. At some point, you have to put all this together. You have to make it work for you. And you have to put your spin on it for how it works for you and your brand. And you have to be innovative with that. You have to be creative with that. You have to have a vision.
Wow, there's a lot to consider. Hayward with the ball. Really played well against Brooklyn in his last outing. No good from Irving.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
That's a pick by Love. Played outside. A three-pointer, no good. Celtics leading by 3. And people may not know, KG, that you're not just a broadcaster for 2K, but you're a member of the 2K community.
Have you been keeping up with the community, man?
Oh, yeah, very much so.
Man, listen, shout out to all the 2K players out there. I'm Jizzle Lord. Y'all know what it is. I'm Jizzle Lord 5. Shout to my OBF team. Y'all know what it is. Shout to Dex. Shout to Bug. Shout to everybody out there playing.
Wow.
Right, we definitely.
Wow.
It's all good. I'm OBF. I'm about the team. I'm gang. You know what it is. Jizzle Lord, y'all holler at me. Y'all know what it is, 2K. Right.
And Hayward gets it to go. And Kevin, you've recently gotten a chance to do more TV. Your show Area 21 has been tremendous, and the critics love it. Talk about this chapter of your career.
Well, it was something that I wasn't planning on, but, Turner brought me a great concept, and it fit the mold of what any man cave is, and that's really what it is. But the fact that we can go in, watch the games on multiple channels, see multiple games, articulate it, give it from a perspective of a player, coming fresh out of this generation of players, giving understanding to this generation of players is very important because these players now are very different. Teaching these young players, still being mentors of these players, very important. And still loving this game. It's still a beautiful game. Man, the game is growing. I'm watching these kids do all types of different stuff, man. That the creativity in our game now is so heightened. So yeah, I'm having a bunch of fun, which is one thing I never forgot. The piece of advice you've always told me, man. Say continue to enjoy what you do, and it'll show. And I'm hoping that I'm making you proud of that, Kay. I'm enjoying what I'm doing, man.
You're an incredible ambassador to all of those things. The game, the fun of life. You capture a lot of the fun of life.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I'm enjoying it. So hopefully it'll show.
Kevin, when you entered the draft, no player had made the jump from high school to the NBA in 20 years. And what were your emotions when your name was called number 5 overall?
Oh, man, I remember that. It was
17 years old?
17, just turning 18 at the time. I was in like a whirlwind, to be honest. A lot of people don't know it's a lot of stuff that goes up into the draft. Things that I wasn't aware of. You're training twice a day. You're trying to get ready for the combine, trying to get ready for pre-draft. You got to do workouts. This is all new to me. On top of still going to high school, trying to, graduate and stuff. So I figured it out. I hustled and I bustled and I juggled a bunch of different things. But once your name is called, it's almost like the culmination. It all comes together. It's a special moment for just you and your family and your loved ones and ones around you. And when my name was called, it felt like the world had stopped and everything was going very slow.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
Count that one. Hayward's got his second bucket of the night. And KG, when you were bringing those greats together like you had in Boston, the intersection of you and Doc and Paul Pierce and Ray Allen, all these guys together, everything was aligned.
But you got to go through something to be able to appreciate something. And I like to think that with the joining of myself and Ray Allen and Paul Pierce going to Boston, that we all had to have a journey up until that point and go through something and feel something and have something feel left out. We always achieved when we all came together. Awards, countless all-star achievements. But then when it came to total winning and what we all do this for, we was all vacant. And that's what we all shared. And we all shared the same appetite for that, Kev. And I'm telling you, man, when we all got together, we all knew never to let each other down. And we all gave each other 100%.
What a time. And here is LeBron, coming off a solid outing against Portland. And the wide-open shot from Rose. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. Rose has got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. And Kev, you think of the great players. You, Kobe, Jordan, Timmy, yeah, how about him? They worked harder than anybody else, Kevin.
And what you learn is that the similarity or the parallel that you all have is an inner animal that you never speak about. We're all a little off. We're all a little dark. But that's what pushes you through pain. That's what pushes you through tough moments. When someone says you can't, when someone says this is not possible, this is unreal, no one's ever done it, that's the moment you're looking for. The moment someone told Kobe that he couldn't get over 50, 60, something Jordan couldn't do, he was driven in that. And if Phil wouldn't have stopped him, he probably would have reached 100 points.
He probably would have, yeah.
He did Wilt Chamberlain a favor. And that's just real. He was in that type of mode. We all share that passion. We all share that drive. And the ones that have that inner darkness, we all understand.
It's like a split personality, huh?
It's almost like another level.
Yeah. Now, here's James, and he's currently averaging more than 26 points a game. Such a force. And he goes big with the dunk right over Al Horford.
And there's no question that James is one of the best dunkers ever. A forceful finisher who loves showing off his athleticism.
And that was Under Armour bringing you that replay. Unleash chaos. And what a play it was. Here's Horford. The Cavaliers making the shot. Horford with the screen on James. Here's Tatum. It's hauled in by Fry.
The movement and the shot selection are good there, but you can't hit them all.
Terry Rozier taken by the Celtics, 16th pick back in 2015. KG, some were surprised the Celtics had already some defensive-minded combo guards already in Avery Bradley and Marcus Smart that they took Rozier.
I like him, though. No better guards to learn from, with Smart and Avery and man, to pass these Jews down to a young Rozier. Yes. Can you imagine progression with this kid and that tenacity? A lot of people don't know he has a little bit of offense to him too, but naturally defensive, you see the natural ability.
That's his calling card right now, defense.
If I was him, I would lean on that.
Here's Rozier. An 11-point game for him in the win against Brooklyn. Just 4 to shoot. The tray. It doesn't go for him. Nice D from Rose. The Cavaliers trail by 4. Smith outside. James outside. Inside. Wants to get it to Rose and does. In the corner, Smith with it. Misses the 3. The Celtics have gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. Kevin, it's been said that some guys hated to play against you. Is there someone you hated to play against for whatever reason?
No.
You enjoyed every challenge?
I enjoyed every competitor because on the offensive side of the ball, I was always challenged when to use counters or what type of moves I was using. I took a lot of pride in having a variety of moves for different types of defenses, and each guy is going to bring out a different side of the offense in you. And then turning around and then being that defender and being able to guard the post player or the post or whatever the post player was or whatever. Rasheed Wallace was always a tough guard. Tim Duncan was always a tough guard. Zach Randolph was always a tough guard. Chris Webber, Dice, Karl Malone.
Great names. And here is Brown following the three-pointer by Derrick Rose. Lets the 3 fly. Kicks it out to Ellis. The dish to Brown. Passes it to Rozier. Ellis against Smith. Brown outside. They shoot again. Morris, no good.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now here's Rose. 6 points for him. James kicks to Rose. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Here's Crowder. Count the basket. Now just a 1-point Boston lead.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Now here's Ellis. Feeds to Tatum. Morris a screen. Here's Rozier. His 3-pointers off the mark. And here are the Cavaliers. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. Smith outside. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Smith's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. The Celtics shooting 43% since taking the floor today. Here's Rozier. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Ellis with it. And Rose picks him up defensively. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Fry passes to Crowder. Trying his luck deep. Smith dishes to Rose. LeBron outside. The kick out to Rose. For 3, Smith. That one misses. Rozier. You can't get that one to fall. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Cavaliers on top. They're up by 2. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. We caught up with Kyrie Irving earlier, and he talked a little bit about expectations for himself and his teammates.
We expect so much out of each other every single night, and the team is going to go as hard as we go, as well as the other pieces that we have on the team. But we have to control it from a standpoint that we have to play off each other.
Kyrie reminding us that it's not just the expectations of the fans and the media, but also, perhaps the most demanding of all, are the expectations they've got for each other.
Oh yeah. They're constantly trying to manage expectations while still demanding the best from one another. And I got to tell you, it's fun to watch.
So far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
They've gotten that perimeter game going in that first, and for me, that was the difference.
Well, and not only in terms of building the lead, but now the defense has to extend itself. That leads to other opportunities.
On the court for Cleveland, Amon Shumpert is out there with Rose. Then it's Jay Crowder. Then there's J.R. Smith. And it's Fry in at the 5 spot. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Celtics coach Brad Stevens is known for getting the best out of his players. He said every NBA player has an elite strength. Some of them have 10 of them. Those guys are the very best in the league, right? But every one of them is here for a reason. And there are times where you can really soar with that skill. Kevin?
And that's why Stevens is already one of the best coaches in the league, David. You've talked about him for a long time, getting maximum results from every one of his players. Well, the fans out there watching this, Kev, can you talk about why it's so incredibly difficult to win an NBA title, to become a champion? Why is it such a tough process?
Well, just imagine having a goal and you're not pursuing the goal by yourself. Just say you and somebody else.
Relying on somebody else.
Relying on somebody else, okay? So let's just say you and someone are doing something, walking up a hill. Y'all getting ready to go walk up a hill. Well, the speed in which you want to walk at might be different from the other person. And what you realize about when you're trying to reach any goal is that you have to be connected. You have to be understanding of, we're going to walk up it together like at this speed, like this. We're going fast, we're going slow. It has to be a great level of communication and understanding. At the same time, you have to have the same work ethic because you have to understand you're together. And you don't get to go at this level and leave someone behind. You have to actually, if you got to pull them, if you got to keep up, whatever it is. All this goes into trying to win.
It sure does. That's right. That free throw good from Brown.
And Brown is just an exceptional player. Really love whenever he shows off his athletic ability.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Fry. Green comes in for Crowder. Wade, he's checked in for J.R. Smith. And Thomas subbed in for Derrick Rose.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Yeah, coming off of a good pick, you want to get that when he gets the separation he needs. I know he would love to have that one back.
Kevin, when you played, we all know how intense you were, how much you cared. That, to me, was the thing that you cared so much about the product, about your team, about the game. But some people have said that maybe there was a streak of you that was mean is maybe not the right word, but you were overly aggressive. But I don't know how you could have played any differently.
I call it dialed in. You know, I like to think that if you're trying to accomplish something, then, you know, I only know one way to accomplish something. You go at it with everything you have.
Yes.
You go to dominate it and take it over. You don't go at something lightly.
Can't walk through the park with this game,
not at all. Not at all. And this game is full of talented elites. Night in, night out, you're playing someone that can typically go for 50 easy.
So true. And that one misses.
Now, we've all seen this guy's development. Thompson has proven to be a valuable role player. He's exceptional at tracking down rebounds and a more than capable defender.
No good from Irving.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Thompson, a screen on Irving. Here's Thomas. Sinks that one from the post. And now a three-point Cleveland lead. And KG, so great to see you. It takes me back. It really does.
A lot of people don't know, man. We got real original ties, man.
Back to the beginning.
95, man. My original man right here.
Here he was, man. You were a thrill a minute, I'll tell you that. Thrill a minute.
Now look at us. 21 years later, dog. Man, can you believe
we're still
this?
standing.
We are. They haven't caught on yet. Don't say it.
Okay. Kevin, you accomplished everything individually as a teammate. Anything that you wish you would have done, any player that you wish you would have played with, any regret in that form that lingers with you in retirement?
No, nothing lingers. Obviously, you know, you sit back and think about, I would love to play with Cole for a year or, you know, got to, team at least play in the U.S.
You had a chance to. Wasn't it like a rumor at one time?
Yeah, it was.
Going to the Lakers?
My connection with Paul was just the opportunity when I waited. And it's what it was. But, Cole,
you wouldn't have traded the Paul Pierce thing for anything?
No, I wouldn't have, because Paul and I are true brothers. The connection, and then the team, Ray, my connection with Doe and then Doc and all of that. So I wouldn't have given that up for anything. But if I could have played with one person, it probably would have been Cole. Summertime, I say USA because that's when you get to play with each other and all that, and you get to kind of beat up on everybody else and be USA or whatever. So that would have been super fun. But it's all good. Shout to Mama, you know what it is. But I have no regrets, man. I left everything on the floor. I enjoy watching the game more than ever now. I'm not even gonna front. I enjoy having my popcorn, my little ritual, my boys, and we sit back and watch the game and loving the game.
Yeah. Al Horford is checked in for Morris. A switch here also for Cleveland. Kevin Love's checked in for Iman Shumpert. Now Smart. He has 7. Irving kicks to Horford. And that's collected by Love. The Cavaliers leading by 6. And when you watch Marcus Smart, you can see just how strong he can be on the defensive end. Why do you think, KG, he is such an impactful defender?
Marcus Smart, he rarely gambles. You watch him play defense, he's very solid. He takes up space. You know, when these point guards now, they want to be able to have space to be able to create. He gives you one direction. You know what?
He anticipates well.
He anticipates well. More importantly, he's very smart. He understands the whistle. He understands hard fouls. He knows when to foul hard, when not to. And on the offensive end, too, he'll hit a 3. He's a gutsy player. You know, on the defensive end, he'll take charges. He'll do little tangible stuff that a lot of guys won't do. Man, you need a smart on your team to do the small things if you're trying to really win.
And the smart things, right?
The smart things. Only you, K-Hard.
No, come on. I just got that from you. What are you talking about? I just heard you. No, you said it. I just
classic.
I just repeated right
classic
there.
2K. Classic 2K K-Hard right there. You lit, K. You lit.
Because I'm next to you.
You lit. I'm telling you, lit.
Come on.
Hey.
5 to shoot. Green passes to Thomas. Over Irving. And KG, you're retired from the game now, and you're stepping into the broadcast business a little bit now, aren't you?
Man, you see me? You know what? Area 21 is something that is authentic. It's me. I'm having a great time watching the games. It's really cool being a fan now. I can root for people I want to root for. I don't have to worry about preparing and who I'm a guard and I'm getting to teach. So you know what? It's a great time. It's work. You know, it's not just you go in there and you have a bunch of fun. You know, we actually get some things done, but we have a great time, man.
You're in that.
Hey, Kev, listen, watching you, being around you, you know, man, the great, rest in peace to Craig, you know, Ernie, Charles, all these great influences, man, has definitely helped. Not just me, but our younger generations of broadcasters, man. It's totally, I didn't see this being my lane, but I'm having fun with it.
You're doing a great job. Now here's Thomas. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Portland. Regular season grind, 82 games in the regular season. In your opinion, is that the right amount of games for teams to play, or would you like to see the schedule shortened where there's more practice in between, more days of rest, more days to recuperate?
Man, look.
You got a big smile on your face.
From the old school, Kev, you know, 82 games is how you got to come through it. This is, listen.
It's a war, isn't it?
It is. And you know what? This is the tradition of it, man. This is what it is, bro. If you don't want to go through this and go through this hall and this road of this journey, then cool. Go to another league. They got shorter games. They got other awards that you can, you know. This is the NBA. This is what it is. This is the grind of it. And ones that have come before you have done it, just like the ones that's after you is going to do it. This is what it is, bro.
Last game for the Cavaliers, they picked up the W against Portland. And you see Isaiah Thomas, KG, and you see a player taken last in the draft. He had to work his way from one team to the next. I can't even imagine how much heart this player has.
Great story, man. If you've been following his story, man, great story, man. This kid has always been that fighter. He's always been that one who's always pushed through. You know, if you followed him and when he was in SAC, he was doing similar stuff, still learning the game. He got to Phoenix in the weird point guard position and was still that type of player. Man, he's been taking big shots all his career.
Now Love. Jeff Green missing from long range. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Kevin, one of the biggest moments of your career, the 2008 championship with the Boston Celtics. Talk about the camaraderie among that group of players.
You know, Kev, I can tell right away that we had something special getting together right in September, right before the year started. We started working out together. We started sharing concepts and how we saw the game. Right away, I could tell that the appetite was there. 1 through 15 guys. It's very rare that you're able to get that many guys in that early. As soon as Danny, signed guys, we were in, we were lifting, we was just, around each other, understanding each other, playing a lot. We was playing a lot. Then, fortunately, we was able to go off to Rome that year. Rome was a good distraction for us because we had to lean on one another.
Bond a little bit.
Seriously, because, you know, none of us spoke Italian. You know, if we wanted to go somewhere, we was always 3-4 deep, and no one was asking and no one was telling us to be with each other. We were just naturally being with each other so much that whenever you saw us to the restaurants, 9, 10 of us, that carried over to practice. Then we got 2 teams that are very competitive. Doc's letting us be who we want to be and letting us play with passion, and our practices are over the top aggressive and to the point where it's too competitive to where he has to come in and separates us and, you know, take the balls and cut the lights out and get us out of here, to the point where he just lets us go. Now we start bringing concepts to him. He started trusting our IQs. Now we start putting a couple of things on defense, Thibodeau's in there. He's implementing stuff. When this flow is going like this, you don't know that you're going to win it all, but you know you're on the waves of something special, and that's how that felt.
Kevin, growing up watching the game of basketball, who were some of your earliest influences?
My early influences in the game of basketball was Magic Johnson, obviously Michael Jordan, and then Chris Webber. Chris Webber, Malik Sealy was kind of like the younger generation of my inspiration. Yeah. St. John's was one of the destinations. Michigan was one of my college destinations. So those guys were my natural inspirations early on when I was young.
Yeah. Al Horford, a player who doesn't dominate any one category as a big man, but KG has very few weaknesses. He's fundamentally sound.
He's very effective, man. Al Horford knows what he is. He's very solid with what he does. Sets great picks. He's able to create space between him and his defender. If you watch him, he's gotten better with his shot. He's gotten better with his three-point shot. He's able to shoot it at rapid style now. Being in Atlanta, being in a kind of a system where he was able to play kind of 4 guys, 1 in, and he would be more perimeter. He's really developed a perimeter shot now. It's really helped him. Now he's able to put the ball on the floor with a shot fake, go to the basket, make, you know, other passes to guys. Really helped that whole system up there. Boston is a threat, but without Al Horford's play, his inside play, and his, you know, able to go out and hit threes, they're not the same team without him.
Quality person, too.
Absolutely, man. No better locker room leader. He's one of these guys that, you know, when you talk about men, you know, you want to know that men can stand up and speak like men. He's one of those guys. He's one of those guys that's going to put on the table, and we are going to be in here speaking as men as he should.
Now, Smart. Isaiah Thomas missed from long range. Horford gets the bucket.
He just looks more engaged this second quarter. A far cry from his disappointing play in the first period. Timeout called the Cavaliers. Fresh from a win against Portland.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And I feel like the defense was one step behind all night. I mean, they never made the adjustments to string together a few stops.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Jay Crowder's checked in for Thompson. Smith comes in for Dwayne Wade. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. Now, here is Smith. Last time out, he had 14 points. Here's Crowder. Kicks it out to Love. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Hits it from three-point range. 8 points for J.R. Smith.
Wow, he had a rough first quarter, but he didn't let it get him down. He's gotten off to a hot start in this second period.
KG, I know you can't stay any longer. You've got to move on, but we appreciate your time, and it's always great to see you.
Kev, anytime, man. It's great to see you, man. Anytime you need me, you let me know, man. I'm yours.
Former MVP, Defensive Player of the Year and champion, Kevin Garnett. What a treat it is, Greg, to have KG with us. Always offers so much insight. Played the game for an amazing 21 seasons.
Yeah, you know, when he first entered the league, everybody was wowed by the athleticism. But what became more apparent really early on were the instincts for which he had for the game. And that's what he brings, I feel like, to the broadcast.
And Monte Ellis is just 6'3", but he's comfortable playing inside against the bigs.
At his best, finishing around the rim and getting to the line. And he is tough, known for playing through injury. He just wants to be on the court.
On its way from Rose for 2. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got 4 assists now tonight. Celtics trail by 5. 32 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's Ellis. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Ellis has got 6.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
LeBron with it. He's got 10. Back to Rose. There's the triple. That doesn't go either for Rose. And a wide open look here for Ellis. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Cavaliers lead by 3. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Duran. Lou, Coach, what is the focus going to be in the second half?
Just play the right way. Move the ball, share the ball, get stops, and get out and run the transition.
Always leads to good results. Thanks, Duran. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. Got Shaq, got Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime show on 2K Sports. There was no slowing down Kevin Love early on. He had 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 steal. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
Well, their reserves showed up tonight, not just on hustle plays, but in points. And that's what you got to do coming off the bench to maximize your minutes.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Celtics?
Well, they shot under 40% in the half. That tells the story right there. The defense deserves some credit for disrupting them a little bit, but they need to counteract with more creativity on offense. Few isolations, more movement, better shot selection.
And that will wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the second half.
Welcome back, everyone. There's State Station. That's where you get off the T if you're going to go visit the old State House here in Boston. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, and sometimes you find yourself in a role you're not comfortable with, but his passing in the first half really was impressive.
Yeah, some of it is based on how the defense is playing you. He didn't force things. Instead, he rewarded his teammates.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. We've got Hayward. Irving is out there with Smart. Then there's Horford. That's the group for Brad Stevens getting going here in the second half. Now, here's Thomas. James outside. He dishes it to Wade. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Wade's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for Cleveland. There's the pick. Horford with a screen on Thomas. Outside Irving. Nice ball movement by Boston. Smart kicks to Horford. Over Thomas. The offensive rebound. Tice. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Irving against Thomas. Kicks it out to Love. A shot missing. Good work defensively by Horford. Celtics trail by 3. Irving with it. Now Thomas defending. And it's Wade with the rebound.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Thomas kicks to Love. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between three-pointers and two-pointers tonight for the Cavaliers.
And they're getting them up from beyond the arc, shooting a solid percentage from out there. So thus far, it hadn't been a problem.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Hayward. Terrific design on the pick play. And he lays it in. Hayward's got 8 points.
Oh, just a solid screen to free him up. Makes the layup possible.
A screen from Thompson. LeBron against Hayward. Left side, Love. over Horford. Another miss by Love. Boston trailing. Hayward kicks to Horford. They get a hand on it and stolen by Love. LeBron outside. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Thompson dishes to Wade from about 16. And Thompson kicks to Thomas. The shot, no good. And it's Boston the other way. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
You know what? It's a fine line between attacking but yet staying under control. And they did, and that's why they shot such a high percentage.
Well, they worked through their plays until they found some decent looks, and then they did a great job finishing.
Now we talk so much about what it's like on the floor, Chris, but I wonder what it was like off the floor when you were on the bench watching the team play and what was going through your head and mind. What did you and your teammates talk about as you were on the bench taking a rest and watching the game go on?
It depends on which game. You know, if you're in L.A. and you see, Eddie Murphy and Rihanna walk in, you're going to say, hey, look at Beyonce and Jay over there. Or, if you're watching a great play and you see a guy dunk on your teammate, you're not going to get too excited, but you're going to whisper to your teammate, man, did you see that? That's crazy. Or, you're pumping up guys because they've been working so hard in practice, and it's a guy who's getting his first time to kind of get in and get a good run. So you're cheering him on. And so being on the bench, it's a lot of fun. You have to stay focused and ready to be into the game. But part of that job on the bench is to keep the energy of the bench, and that's to keep guys encouraged, to be loose, to have fun. And so it's a lot of fun being on the bench. It's more fun when you're winning than losing, but a lot of fun being on the bench encouraging.
And here's Irving. After Isaiah Thomas made that last three-pointer, Irving goes up and lays it nice and easy. Irving's got 15.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Outside Thomas. Love with the screen on Irving. Here's Thomas. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Pound for pound, the best in the league in drawing fouls. Isaiah lives at the line. Well, how about Isaiah Thomas making his second All-Star game last season? I mean, many people felt he should have been a starter. The fan vote ended up early and giving it to Kyrie Irving and DeMar DeRozan instead, but terrific season for Isaiah Thomas.
Jeff Green is checked in for Dwayne Wade. Both free throws good from Isaiah Thomas. And Thomas last season setting career highs in scoring and efficiency, Chris.
He took his play to a new level. Only 5'9", but you can't measure the size of his heart.
Now Thompson following the three-point attempt by Kyrie Irving. And stolen by Hayward. Pass to Smart. The feed to Irving. Horford sets a screen for Irving. Here's Morris. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 6 assists now in the game.
Look at Irving go to work off the ball screen and his man. He's always alert, constantly scanning the floor for his teammates.
Now, here's Thomas. He's got 9. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And Isaiah Thomas, phenomenal in the pick-and-roll game.
Well, he's one of the best isolation scorers in the league. It's almost impossible to keep him in front of you because he has so many ways to score. He has a low center of gravity. He's quick, and he's not afraid of contact.
Free throw good, Thomas.
When you look at Isaiah Thomas, I think when it's all said and done, he'll go down as one of the all-time great scorers under 6 feet in history. I mean, you might say he's already there. Well, he's not making any mistakes up there today. Another solid trip to the line for him.
Irving kicks to Morris. Horford high post. Nice ball movement by Boston. Irving drives in, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. Here's Irving.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter. Irving against Thomas. Shumpert in the corner for the 3.
Green passes to Thomas. Again, Thomas missing.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now here's Hayward. 8 points for him. Lets a floater go. In deep, Irving drops it in. Irving's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You better respect the floating jumper of Irving. He's remarkable at timing and measuring up these type of difficult shots.
Thomas dishes to Green. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Celtics trail by 5. Hayward from outside. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Love's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Thomas. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Some changes for Boston. Tatum, he's checked in for Hayward. And Jaylen Brown subbed in for Smart. Cleveland also making some changes. Crowder, he's checked in for Thompson. Smith comes in for Green. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Shumpert. Now here's Brown. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game. Irving from long range. That doesn't go in either for Irving.
His stroke has not been what they needed it to be, but looks like they're going to keep going to him.
Thomas kicks to Crowder. He tries for 3. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Cleveland leading by 8. And here's Rose. 8 points for him. Outside for Thomas. Back to Love. 5 to shoot. And it's sent back by Horford.
Wow, the rim protection by Horford. I mean, Al Horford standing 6'10", always played big.
Nobody near Irving. Another miss by Irving.
Well, after hitting a couple in the first, he has cooled down a bit here.
It's Crowder on the wing. Rose against Irving. Rose goes in. For 3, Smith. It's hauled in by Brown. Celtics trail by 8. Over Thomas. Brown, good.
And Brown is just utilizing his athleticism yet again. I mean, this time from the interior, though, but just sinking these close-range shots.
Smith, the pass to Love. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
Terry Rozier's checked in for Boston. For Cleveland, they have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws, 81% as a team.
Now, here is Morris. He's got 5. Brown outside. And the 3 off target. Cleveland leading by 9. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Well, Kevin Love is a great defender. We all know that. Very skilled.
And when you look at Love's game defensively, Chris, what stands out?
Well, he avoids cheap fouls. He controls the backboards and just a great scorer.
That free throw good from Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, love the attitude he's playing with here in the second half. Going strong to the hoop and getting to the free throw line.
And both free throws good for Thomas. And we hear so much about this being the era of point guards, but you look at the crop of small forwards in the league today, wow, what a lineup. And talk about versatility. There are a lot of good ones out there.
Yeah, the NBA has changed a lot. The 2-guard used to be the most athletic position when you think about it with the Jordans, the Clyde Drexlers, other guys, but it's really changed. And really look at the size. Kevin Durant, you know, I was always amazed. I'm a power forward at 6'9". He's 2 inches taller than me, and he can play the point guard. So the game is evolving when you look at Kevin Durant, LeBron, Kawhi Leonard, Antetokounmpo, Jimmy Butler, those type of guys. When you want to talk about versatility, playing both ends of the floor and being able to score and get buckets, these guys come to mind.
Now here's Love, following the miss by Al Horford. And the dunk by Love.
When Love has it going on, he's fun to watch. He can score from just about anywhere.
Horford with the screen on Rose. Rozier kicks to Tatum. Morris a screen. They set the pick. Horford dishes to Brown. That one falls. Brown's got his second basket of the night.
And no fight left in the defense there after a teeth-rattling pick.
Smith outside. Back to Rose. And finished off by Rose.
And that's the Derrick Rose of old. Full speed ahead and bursting to the rim.
Here's Rozier. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. The pass to Horford. Here's Rozier. Kicks it to Tatum. Pass to Horford. Over Love. Horford missing again.
I like the shot selection on that one, despite the miss.
The Cavaliers leading by 13. Rose kicks to Thomas. And the wide open shot from Crowder from outside off the mark.
You can't fault him for taking the three when he's that wide open. You can't pass that shot up.
Here's Rozier. He's covered by Rose. Rozier kicks to Tatum. They grab their own miss, and he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Kevin, you love how Morris keeps his focus on the basket. You can whack him all you want, but he's still going to knock down those shots. Marcus Morris, he's a player who's never going to be a star when you look at his stats, but he brings a great amount to the team, usually the heart and soul of his team. He can score in a multitude of ways, inside and outside.
LeBron, he's checked in for Thomas. And C-Webb, as you mentioned with Morris, the value he brings in his ability to fill in gaps on a roster. Very much a glue guy that is needed for successful teams.
Well, yeah, Kevin, and I like the mentality that Morris brings to the group. I like his heart. He's never afraid to go at a defender one-on-one, keeps his teammates involved, holds his guys accountable. Love his game.
Back to James. And the dunk by LeBron.
You give James a lane to the basket, he's going to dunk it hard. Amazing watching him just glide through the air.
Here's Rozier. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. There's the pick. Dishes to Tatum. Over James. Tatum's shot is off.
He gets the shot he was looking for, and he just can't bury it.
Kicks it out to James. There's the three. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. And that's 15 points for LeBron.
Well, he's played a smart and strong game. His field goal percentage proves it.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Morris outside. No good that time. Good D by Love. The Cavaliers leading by 15. Crowder the pass to LeBron. Plays it up and banks it in. LeBron's got 7 now in this quarter.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
And here's Brown outside. And so it's Cleveland. Feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Right back after this break. Now let's listen into the huddle of Brad Stevens.
Piece by piece, chip away. See if you can't, next time we get together, have it down a few.
Brad Stevens reminding his guys you still have time to get where you want to be. Just take it one possession at a time.
Well, he wants them to relax. I mean, there are going to be ups and downs over the course of a game. Just breathe and play.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. On the court for Cleveland, LeBron and Crowder, the tandem at forward. J.R. Smith out there with Derrick Rose. And it's Love in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Love. Smith, no luck. Now here's Tatum. Over in the corner, Ellis. Tatum kicks to Rozier. There's a good screen. 6 on the shot clock. Releases. That one a little long. The Cavaliers leading by 15. The drive by LeBron. And it's blocked by Brown, and they get it back. The dish now to Love. The second chance effort. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession. Boston making some changes. Hayward comes in for Jaylen Brown. And Smart subbed in for Monte Ellis. Cleveland also making some changes. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Love. And Dwayne Wade is subbed in for Smith. Here's Rozier. He's covered by Rose. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Dwayne Wade. And at 6'4", 220, Marcus Smart with terrific strength for a combo guard, Greg.
I mean, he can just flat out bully most guards and even hold his own against the bigs. Beyond, though, that physical stature, it's his mentality that makes him special. He's a fire breather, just the type of player the Celtics look for.
Now here's Rose. And Tatum pulls it down. Celtics trail by 13. In the corner, it's Hayward. And a miss there on the triple.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Rozier. He kicks it to Smart. He feeds it to Tatum. There's a good screen. Pass to Hayward. The Celtics working the ball around now. Shot clock at 6. Here's the 3. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
Team ball. Great execution on offense. Everyone working together. You wish you could have that on every play.
Now here's LeBron to end the drought. And he lays it up and in. James has got 19 points.
You can't contain James when he's close to the rim. He's too powerful in the paint.
Rozier kicks to Hayward. It's hauled in by LeBron. James has got 7 rebounds in the game. Thompson in the posts. Kicks it out to LeBron. Wade outside. In the corner, Crowder with it. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And the Cavaliers lead by 15.
He's worked a lot on his three-point shot. Crowder makes enough where it has to be on.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
And when you look at Jay Crowder, he kind of bridges that gap between role player / star player. The numbers might not wow you, but his tough play at both ends of the court is extremely valuable.
Boston making a switch here. Irving's checked in. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Brad Stevens had to say to his team. He was not happy with their play. He told them, we're getting outworked out there. Simple as that. We got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get it done.
And Greg, wouldn't you agree? Crowder clearly one of the best in the NBA in defending.
Without question. I mean, this guy guards 3 positions every night. And the combination of strength, quick feet, and then the quick hands make him a problem.
I mean, James is like a freight train moving to the rim. He's so effective at getting the D to hit him when he's on the attack.
Love's check in for the Cavaliers. He hits the second from the line. Well, Chris, the NBA game is a game of superstition. And even if you aren't superstitious, you still get into the habit of a routine. So what was your pregame routine that you had during your career, something that was there every night with you before a game?
Well, about superstitions, Kev, I have one superstition, and it might sound weird, but it was to not have a superstition. So I'm a guy that can get caught up in routine and things like that. So if I played a great game and I had something to eat, I wouldn't eat the same thing on purpose because I didn't want the superstition to control me. I wanted if for some reason I couldn't have the food, if for some reason I got to the game late, I never wanted that to be in my head and And so my thing was, since early in high school, I tried not to have a superstition. But in saying that, you do have a routine. And my routine as I got older was, before I get to the arena, I'd read the notes of the game and all that good stuff, and I'd just sit in the hot tub with my headphones on. I figured that was the best way to get warm at an older age, and that's really the only thing I can remember relying on before a game, and that was in my older years.
Good story. Good story. So it's the Celtics now, following the three-pointer by Kevin Love. Tice tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Rose kicks to Wade. Irving against Rose. To the middle, tipped away. Now Irving. Feeds it to Tatum. They set the screen. Boston again missing.
And another miss. Woo. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Wade kicks to Love. Off target at the rim.
He loses concentration at the moment of truth and blows the layup.
Now here's Smart. Wade is covering. Pass to Tatum. Fires the three. Love grabs the board. Love's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Tatum with it. Outside Irving. It's good from long range. Irving's got 20 points.
Now listen, you can't afford to let Irving get room to shoot from distance. He's excellent at connecting from deep.
From deep, Rose. Rebound, Boston.
They haven't been able to count on his scoring tonight, but still, here they are in the lead.
Tatum's shot is off.
Now look, he's got to find better looks, so he's never going to pull out that funk he's in tonight.
Thompson outside from past the arc. Rose kicks to Love. Cleveland moving it around. Wade dishes to James. Down low. The kick out to Rose. Back to Love. And it's Wade in the corner. And a miss there on the triple. Celtics trail by 12. And here's Irving. Hayward outside. Off the screen. The Cavaliers pull it in. LeBron's got 8 rebounds in this game. Rose kicks to Thompson. LeBron outside. He dishes it to Wade. And there's the feed to James. There's Rose with the three. LeBron against Hayward. On the wing, James. Wade kicks to Rose. Back to Thompson. Out to the right wing. Love wide open. He fires. The Cavaliers again can't hit. In the corner, Smart with it. Outside Irving. Over Rose. Good on that shot. And with that, the Cavalier lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Irving. Love outside. Now here's James. Back to Love. LeBron kicks to Love. Here's Rose. Up and in on the layup. And the Cavaliers lead by 12.
And Derrick Rose certainly equipped athletically to punish teams in the paint.
There's a good screen. Here's Irving. And the rejection by LeBron.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Love the pass to James. Lobbed up there for Love. Now here's Tatum. He's guarded by Love. Right side Irving. That's short off the rim. Cleveland leading by 12. Thompson, a screen on Hayward. The drive by James. Here's Wade. Good.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
You know the saying, numbers don't lie. You see it up there on the scoreboard.
Now a timeout called by Boston. And with Tristan Thompson and Kevin Love, the Cavs have some elite offensive rebounders, able to create extra offensive possessions.
Well, their offensive rebounding rate fell off quite a bit last season, from 9th best to 20th. And they just got smaller without Mozgov and some of the other 7-footers they have, and another team's prepared for them.
Checked in for Tatum. Thomas checked in for Cleveland. And the Celtics with possession here. It's a 14-point game. At the elbow, Irving. The baseline J. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 4 assists now tonight.
Okay, I'm telling you, when Irving is feeling it, you got to keep feeding him the ball. He's an incredible, versatile scorer.
And the basket by Thomas.
And look, you could never have enough offense in the low post.
Boston's gotten 8 shots off from three-point land and hit half of it. They set the pick. They double him with James. Horford sets a screen for Irving. Buries it from three-point range. Irving's got 27.
You see how Irving right there capitalized in that situation? He's great at getting into position when screens are involved.
Count that one.
He got pretty much a free run to the hoop right there. They might just count those as automatic points.
Tice. And it's Boston with another. 1:29 left to play in the final quarter. Now Wade. The screen from Thompson. Wade dishes to Thompson. And stolen by Irving. 18 feet out. And he can't bank that one in. Cleveland leading by 11.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Cleveland.
Look at their number of assists.
You know, they didn't get stuck in those one-on-one situations, and they got the ball to the guys with the best matchups. Easy drives, open jumpers, and great ball movement.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
And after dropping game 1 in this matchup, they managed to take the second of a 3-game season series. No question, that's a morale booster.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for LeBron.
You can't look back at too many major moments in this game and not see his imprint put all over it.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
Tremendous effort. I mean, this guy has already cracked double digits on the backboard.
Yeah, just outworking guys in there, being accountable, being a leader by example.
Thomas with the ball. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Derek, congrats on the win tonight. What do you think was the ultimate factor?
Just playing defense. Our defense turned into offense, and it worked out for us tonight. We definitely don't want to be in that situation, but we just fall away back into the game.
Yeah, you hung in there and were able to come back and overcome the deficit. Thanks, Derek. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.